Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Shirani. Today I'm going to show you how to make flour tortillas in a stand mixer. In this video, I'm reviewing the KICHOT stand mixer. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the mixer before I get into the recipe. So I just want to tell you what you'll get with your mixer if you purchase one. The first thing is your instruction manual. You're going to get a stainless steel whisk, and you would use this when you're making things like meringue or whipped cream or frosting, anything that is light and fluffy. Next, you're going to get an aluminum beater, and this is for all the normal to heavy stuff. So when you're making cakes or cookies or anything like that, that's when you would use this. Next, you're going to get an aluminum dough hook, and this is the one I'm excited about because that's what I'm using in this video. And you know me, our Belizeans, we make a lot of flour tortillas, so I need this dough hook. And you can make pizza dough, bread, or anything you want with this. The next thing is a silicone spatula or scraper and an egg white separator, and these are extra things you get with your mixer. You are also going to get a splash guard, and I have a mixer already but it doesn't come with a splash guard, so I like that this one comes with one. And it also has a pouring chute, so that makes it easy, but I'm not using that in this video. I'm not using it today, but I know I'll definitely use it later on. And the best part is this big bowl. Oh my goodness, this thing is a 10.6 quart stainless steel bowl. I've never had a bowl this big or this deep, and I'm excited about this, especially to knead a lot of flour, you know, when you have company. Especially Belizean people, we always make a lot of tortilla, so this is definitely going to be something I'll be using to knead a lot of flour. And you don't have to worry about it going anywhere, it fits securely in the base. I just want to show you how to put the hook on. It has a little spring, so you just push it up a little bit and turn it counterclockwise. And the lever is just to tilt the head up or down. Now let's talk about the speed. This has 6 speed, and when it's on you can see it lights up. There's a little blue light. It's really pretty, and it doesn't make a lot of noise. I'm surprised it's not as noisy. I thought it would be noisy, but it's not. And one next thing that is very different for me, it has a pulse setting. I have never seen a mixer with a pulse setting. I don't know, maybe I've been living under a rock. I don't know, but I've never seen that in a mixer before, and that's exciting, and that's something good to have in a mixer. And the very last thing I want to mention is that it has suction cup feet, so you don't have to worry about it going anywhere. It's not going to fall off your counter or anything. It's going to stay in place. Okay, let's get into the recipe. For this recipe, you're going to need 8 cups of white all-purpose flour. And when you measure out your flour, make sure you level it off. As always, I'm going to have the exact measurements listed in the description box below for you. You're going to need 3 teaspoons of salt, next you're going to need 4 teaspoons of baking powder, I'm going to use the lever to put the head down, and I'm just going to turn this on the lowest setting and just have this go for about 30 seconds or so. I was so excited about this. I didn't realize I didn't have it locked properly, so make sure you do that. Now I'm going to add a half a cup of shortening. So I'm just using my spatula to help get everything out of the measuring cup, and then I'm going to turn it on and let it do its thing. I have this on the lowest setting again, and I'll just let this go for about a minute. In a lot of the video I say that I have it on the low setting, but you can see it going fast. It's because I speed up the video. If not, we would be here all day. The last thing you're going to need is 3 cups of water, and I'm adding 1 cup at a time. I just like to let it mix a little bit on low speed before I add the next cup. If you're interested in this KICHOT stand mixer, I'm going to leave it linked below. It will be in my Amazon store, so you can check that out. When the dough is really starting to firm together, that's when I like to turn up the speed. So right now I just have it on 2, and I'll put it on 3, but you don't want to go any higher than that. You don't have to add any more water, just let the mixer do its thing. Now I'm going to turn it up to 3, and I'm going to let this knead for about 2 minutes or so, not long at all. And oh my goodness, you guys, this thing is so powerful. This thing is 800 watts. I mean, it kneaded that flour like nothing. I have another mixer, and whenever I put 8 cups of flour in there, it always feels like it's going to strain the machine. But with this one, it didn't feel like that at all. It just kneaded it like a breeze. Like, I couldn't believe it. By the way, I have another video on how to make flour tortillas without a mixer. I'm going to leave it linked below if you want to check that out. After the 2 minutes is up, I'm going to turn the speed down to 2, and I'm just going to let that knead for another 2 minutes or so. You just want to knead this until it's smooth. That was so easy, you guys. That came out so nice and smooth. And I just want to show you what the dough looks like. It's not sticky at all. And I'm going to take the dough hook out, and as you can see, it's clean. There's no flour left on it, so that's a good thing. Look at this, you guys. I still can't believe how big the bowl is. I can't get over it. I can definitely see me doubling this recipe and make like at least 50 tortillas with no problem at all. So you're going to need a container to put all the dough balls in, and yeah, I'm just going to separate it and show you how I do it. So I just like to pinch off a piece and make it the size of my palm. So whatever fits in there, that's the size I make. And this recipe usually gives me 24 tortillas. If you feel like it's too big, don't be afraid to pinch off piece. It's not going to ruin it or anything. I was just counting to make sure I have 24. So the way I like to do this is hold the dough in your hand, and then you want to roll it. Then you turn it and roll it, turn it and roll it, and keep doing that. But because I'm doing it fast, it looks like I'm not turning the dough, but I am. So if you're new to this, you might want to take your time. But I'm used to this. And then when it's smooth, then you want to take it and cup it in your hand and make a ball. I'm going to show you again how to do it. So you want to roll it, turn it, roll it, turn it, and you keep doing that until it's smooth, and then you cup it into your hand and make a ball. Now I'm going to take some oil and grease the dough. And you don't need a whole lot of oil, but you just want enough to put on top of the dough. That way it doesn't dry out. I'm just using some canola oil to do this. I like to roll the dough one last time in my hand, and that just helps to get the oil all over the dough. Cover this, and if you're going to bake tortillas, you want to wait at least 20 to 30 minutes just so the dough could have some time to rest, and then you can put it in the refrigerator. Okay, so let's bake up some tortillas. I'm going to show you how I grew up doing it. So what I like to do is just hold the dough in my hand and just keep turning it and pressing it at the edge. And then what we like to do is, we call it flap. You flap the tortilla. Some people say you clap the tortilla. So I don't know, how do you say it in your family? Do you say clap it or flap it? Let me know down below. So anyway, when you flap the tortilla, it's going to get big, and the more you flap it, the bigger it will get. When you're doing that, it's kind of like you're turning the tortilla as you're flapping it, and you're using your fingers to press out the edge when you're doing that. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you're doing it, then you'll get the feel of it, and then you'll know. And if your tortilla is not coming out round when you put it in a pan, you can always use your fingers to adjust it. By the way, I have my non-stick pan over medium heat. I don't really time it when I cook it, but if I have to say, I would say for about 30 seconds to a minute. You just want to cook it until you see bubbles start to form, and then you turn it over. If you've never had homemade tortillas before, you have to try it. And once you do, you'll never go back to buying store-bought tortillas again, I'm telling you. You want to cook this about 30 seconds to a minute on the next side, and then you want to turn it over and you'll see it starts to rise. You'll see a little bubble, and that's the best sight ever. Would you just look at that, how beautiful that is. Another way you can press out your tortilla is by using a rolling pin. But I'm not too good at using a rolling pin. I just like, it could never be round enough for me with a rolling pin. So I'll roll it out a little bit and then I'll pick it up and flap it. But for those of you who don't know how to flap a tortilla, just use your rolling pin and keep rolling it until you get the size you want. I just can't help myself, you guys. I feel like I just have to flap the tortilla. Like the Belizean gal just come out in on me. So if you're not a tortilla expert like me, make sure when you turn your tortillas, you don't pick it up from the bubbles, because if one of those bubbles bursts, the steam is going to burn your fingers and it's not going to be good. So you want to pick it up where you don't see any bubbles. And this is how I like to keep my tortilla. I put them in my tortilla cloth. This is my Belizean tortilla cloth. You know, every Belizean know about that. And yeah, these are the tortillas. Another way you can press out your tortillas is to just use your fingers. And I know a lot of people back home, a lot of people in Belize make their tortillas like this. But I don't like doing it like this. I mean, it just doesn't work the same for me. I'm a flapper. Flapping it is just the easiest thing for me. But you can do it this way. You can use your fingers or any part of your hand that works for you. Look, there I go again, flapping the tortilla. I just can't help myself again. I told you I'm a flapper. You're either a flapper or you're not. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram if you haven't yet already. It's at Cooking with Shirani. I'm always sharing stuff in my story over there, so follow me if you don't want to miss it. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That will really help out my channel. And don't forget to check out the KICHOT stand mixer. It's a really good one. I highly recommend it. I'm going to leave the link down below so you can check that out. It's going to be in my Amazon store. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you have not yet subscribed, please don't forget to do that. And I'll talk to you in my next one. Take care. Bye.